Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe are often seen as the next Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Both have impressive career stats and are often compared, leading fans to wonder who's better. A great way to figure this out is by asking coaches. In this video, we'll look at what top coaches think about these two players to find out who comes out on top. 1. Pep Guardiola's admiration for Haaland. Pep Guardiola's support for Erling Haaland is loud. His recent move to place him at the top of City's pay scale indicates his admiration isn't merely verbal. Even before signing Haaland, Pep's respect for him was obvious. During the Champions League final last year, City contended with Haaland twice. He didn't score but managed an assist and impressed with his overall play. In his comments on Haaland, Pep said, "This player is almost unstoppable, not just because of his speed. His first control, how he connects with teammates, his aerial strength, and his finishing signal a top-class player." 2. Jurgen Klopp. Despite recently signing young striker Darwin Núñez, Klopp didn't hold back his praise for the rival team's new star, Haaland. After City confirmed Haaland's signing, the Liverpool manager shared his thoughts on Haaland. He said, "Good player." Klopp began, envisioning Haaland's future on the field. "I believe Erling will quickly discover his knack for scoring plenty at the second post. He'll relish that. In other situations, he's a real force." Despite a few injuries at Dortmund, the guy's a powerhouse. Regrettably, a commendable signing by them. It's not often you hear managers laud a new recruit to a rival team. It's just a peek into how much Klopp admires Haaland. 3. Didier Deschamps. Didier Deschamps and Kylian Mbappe share history. Considering Mbappe's role in securing the 2018 World Cup under Deschamps' leadership, there's an obvious admiration there, with Deschamps openly recognizing Mbappe's unique capabilities. When the conversation turns to the PSG striker, Deschamps doesn't hold back. Kylian isn't ordinary, he pulls off the abnormal, and having him on the French team, that's a stroke of luck for me. It didn't end there, however the compliment extends to comparing Kylian with Lionel Messi. Deschamps boldly stated, "I think they're in the same category, even with Kylian being so young." It's quite the statement, isn't it? But it highlights Deschamps' high regard for Mbappe. 4. Mauricio Pochettino. After a 2-year stint with him, Mauricio Pochettino firmly places Mbappe among the world's elite players, even favouring him over Haaland. Reflecting on his time coaching the Frenchman at PSG, Pochettino openly acknowledged, "I've always said, despite his young age, he's incredibly mature and certainly one of the world's best." So here we are, with two top-tier coaches, each vouching for Haaland and Mbappe. The competition continues, so let's see what's next. 5. Hugo Broos. The Belgian manager, now leading the South African national team, regards Mbappe almost as an extra player on the field. After a 5-0 defeat by Le Bleu, with Mbappe scoring 2 and assisting 1, Hugo Broos shared a candid thought. "I was a bit annoyed my colleague started Mbappe today and not Friday. He's a superb player, and even the better defenders have struggled against him. Neutralizing him, nearly impossible. He's fast, technically sound, and a scorer. Having such a player essentially gives you 12 on the field. Facing a stellar team like France is tough. Add Mbappe and it was a particularly challenging day for us." With this, Mbappe is leading with a 3-2 score. 6. Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti has always been vocal about his inclination towards Mbappe. Even while coaching Karim Benzema, Ancelotti didn't hesitate earlier this year to label Kylian Mbappe as Europe's premier player. His admiration was clear, and it explains why he and the Madrid president pulled out all the stops to try to lure him to Santiago Bernabeu this summer. Although their efforts were unsuccessful, Ancelotti's praise for Mbappe rings loud and clear. Now the tally stands at 2-4, tipping the scales further in Mbappe's favour. Number 7. Unai Emery. Unai Emery, president over PSG when Mbappe made his entry, and witnessed the magnitude of his talent. And that is why it's hardly surprising Emery's endorsement is firmly behind Mbappe. He praised Mbappe's talent, work ethic, and contribution to team growth. The scorecard now reads 2-5, obviously in Mbappe's favour. 8. Marco Rose. Having coached Haaland in both Salzburg and Dortmund, Marco shares nothing but praise for the striker. In Rose's view, Haaland operates at a higher frequency compared to his colleague. While commenting on his time with the current City player, the former Dortmund manager remarked, "Erling Haaland is a rocket. His success in Salzburg didn't surprise me one bit. His performance, his way of handling setbacks, it was all extraordinary." Marco, thanks partly to Haaland, maintained an unbeaten home game streak during his tenure at Salzburg. Unsurprisingly, his endorsement goes to Haaland, shifting the score to 3-5, with Mbappe maintaining the lead. 9. Jesse Marsch. Succeeding Marco Rose at Salzburg, Jesse Marsch had the privilege of coaching Erling Haaland and continues to hold him in high regard years after they separated following Haaland's departure from Austria. Reacting to the 22-year-old's move to City, Marsch expressed, "Erling Haaland is on a trajectory to become one of the world's elite players, thanks to his quality and natural talent. While I wish he was returning to his birthplace, Leeds, joining Man City is a compelling move. His explosive transition play adapts to any style, and undeniably his addition further elevates Man City, already the world's premier team. Kudos to them for sealing the deal. My best wishes always accompany Erling, truly an incredible individual. There's no need for further analysis to discern that Marsch's endorsement is for Haaland. Nudging the score to 4-5, still leaning towards Mbappe, the gap is closing once again. 10. Jose Mourinho. Known for his expressiveness and deep experience with elite players, Mourinho never hesitates to heap praises when he's genuinely impressed. So no one doubted his judgment when he endorsed Mbappe. In his own comparison, however, Mourinho shifted the conversation from the usual Mbappe versus Haaland comparison to Mbappe and Ronaldo Nazario. Mourinho said, examining Mbappe's playstyle and his capabilities on the pitch reveals something truly remarkable. The distinctiveness of his skill sets him apart from his contemporaries. The only player that even approaches my mind when watching him is Ronaldo Nazario, possessing those unique, match-altering qualities. Facing them as opponents, you can't help but feel a sense of trepidation. Comparing Mbappe not with his peer Haaland, but with a legend like Ronaldo certainly speaks volumes. Well, that means the gap has just widened, with Mbappe still taking the lead. 11. Marcelo Bielsa. His admiration for Erling Haaland became notably clear during his leadership at Leeds. In fact, he encouraged his striker Patrick Bamford to closely observe and draw inspiration from Haaland's style and prowess on the field. By implication, Marcelo deems Haaland as an exemplary forward. The Argentine coach candidly shared, encouraging him to observe Haaland was motivated by the belief that it would serve him well. After all, imitation is a fundamental step towards a player's progression and enhancement. Oh well, Marcelo's endorsement has just pushed Erling Haaland to 5, while Kylian Mbappe still stands at 6. 12. Diego Simeone. Simeone described Mbappe as an extraordinary player who does everything well. He equally deemed both Mbappe and Haaland as 992 players who are considered their heir apparent to the legendary duo of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Simeone was quoted saying, "Between Mbappe and Haaland, Mbappe. He is an extraordinary player who does everything well at only 24 years old. It is madness." Mbappe scored 40 goals and provided 10 assists in 42 games across all competitions for PSG this season. In comparison, Haaland has scored 52 goals across all competitions and provided 9 assists in 51 games for Man City. No one has a better knowledge of the capabilities of players as much as their coach. And as it stands, Kylian Mbappe seems to be their preferred choice, leading Erling Haaland by a slim margin. So, I hope the judgment of the coaches has finally settled the unending comparison between the two players. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more football content.